hold up. Be better late low.
Some stuff, you just gotta see it to believe it.
Look at this. Somebody come look at this.
But it ain't nothing like hearing it straight from the dog's mouth, cause he tells it just like it is.
The word on the street. Here's what's poppin'.
Listen, man, it's the homie Uknowcell, my guy, Dawgface, man, Dawgface TV on YouTube. It's something that you probably didn't see coming for sure, man. We definitely like what's that movie, The Odd Couple?
Yes,
You know it, but for those who don't know, man, I've been knowing Dawgface for many years, over 10 at this point. So this is my guy, man. It's What's in the News segment, myself, Dawgface TV on YouTube. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe to both of our pages, man. And we about to really just flush out some topics that's been going on, man. It's been a lot of positive stuff. We've been gaining a lot of, well, you've been gaining a lot of motion for sure, and then I've been having a lot of things going on at the station. So we made them two things combined, man. What's up, bro?
Well, I mean, I feel good, bro. This is a milestone moment that I am humbled enough to be able to appreciate, man. Uknowcell Hot 107.5. He has been a staple in Detroit's entertainment scene at the highest levels. I don't care what you say, radio is still the apex. Radio is still, if you're a DJ, if you're a talking head, if you're a pontificator of any sort, of any kind, radio and terrestrial radio is where you want to be. I'm honored to be a part of this whole thing, man. Hey, I'm honored to be selected to be able to talk my talk with you, bro. What's popping? What's in the news, Sal?
Man, it's a whole lot of crazy stuff going on in the news. We can kind of kick it off with talking about last night, man. You was down here, man. Major moment. Team Eastside Doughboys Cash Out. They hit the stage for the first time ever. You know what I mean? For the 42 Doug and Friends Welcome Home concert, and then we had them down here at the station last night, and it was eventful, man. It was a major moment.
Yeah, it's beyond major, right? So when we talk about just the history of this generation, and I'm Doughboy Cash Out and Team Eastside, their careers, they extend beyond this generation of hip hop superstars, right? They're from the last generation, but they're still super relevant because of the impact and the influence that they still maintain and have, not just in Detroit, but across the country. They're the OGs now.
Yeah, for sure.
We know the history of the discord between the two factions, and we know those guys. I was happy to see 3-4 years ago where they started to kind of like hash out some of the things that kind of like drove them apart almost a decade ago. To see them on stage and just for 42 Doug to even just to give him a part of their platform was an amazing situation. I think we had to start there because he didn't have to do it.
He didn't.
Like he said, Team Eastside or the members of Team Eastside or my Eastside homeboys are always going to be on stage with me. Everybody, Little Baby to Glorilla, Gotti, Boosie,
Big Boogie, Meat. Black Youngster was in there fooling.
The whole show doing this thing, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So the show was going to do what it was going to do anyway. Yo Gotti and Lil Baby was not going to allow Doug to fail in his hometown.
Not at all.
Lil Durk showed up. When Durk showed up, that's it. It's over with. Yeah. I think we all knew that show was going to do what it was going to do anyway, but we can't discount or discredit or not acknowledge the impact. It was a feel-good moment. I don't think Detroit, in the world of hip-hop and the hip-hop scene, has had a feel-good moment like that. And sometimes in the urban community, we need feel-good moments.
Yeah, for sure.
We need those things because there's so much negativity that takes place within the hip-hop scene, the hip-hop community worldwide. Then when we have a moment like that, we're able to bring people together.
Nothing crazy go on.
Because you couldn't tell me, I'd bet a motherfucker $1,000 that somebody gonna get shot.
Fight, something.
Wasn't no fight, no shot. I mean, everybody maintain themselves, man. I'm proud of both DBC. Yeah. Salute. Team Eastside. Salute, man. I'm proud of y'all boys, man. That was historic.
I'm a West East Sider, so like my family from the West Side.
Don't let Dior hear you say that, bro. Because
my family from the West Side, but I moved to the East Side at like 6-7 years old, and I grew up on the East Side.
That's you from the East Side, bro.
Yeah,
you moved to the East Side in second grade, bro. You graduated high school and went to college. That's you an East Sider, bro. Yeah. It is what it is, man.
For sure.
Right, you East Side all day. Doughboys Cash Out, Team Eastside, 42 Doug, everybody who played part. DJ Flex Live.
Right?
Flex,
Man, young.
man. Now Flex said how hard it was to kind of like maneuver that because you had a show with all A-list, right? All
And
A-list. Yeah.
to be his age and really just getting into DJing and being on that platform and having to work with all them moving parts, bro, he held it down.
Yeah. I mean,
He
it
held
is
it
what
down.
it is, man. It is what it is. Flex. I mean, you had more seasoned DJs who would not have done as well and would not have been as flexible as Flex was. You gotta tip your hat for anybody who doesn't know anything about DJing, bro. It's not easy when you're dealing with that many stars who all have their own separate personalities.
Yep.
Who all want things to happen when they want them to happen. It's one thing for him to be Doug DJ. He know what Doug want.
Right.
They already know what it is, but they don't even have to rehearse. They know what they vibe off each other. They can look at each other and tell. And, you know, he Flex is the kind of guy he can look at the mood of the audience and crowd and know what song needs to be played or needs to be performed next. So I salute everybody.
That's a talent. That's a talent for sure. And that's a personal conversation that I had with him. I picked up the phone and called him and told him like them exact same words you saying right now is what I told him. So
so big up the Flex, man. Big up the Flex. Whack 100 is in the news again. There's so many different things to talk about with Whack.
It's
to
too
me,
many.
Whack's behavior is beyond the pale of what I consider to be appropriate and responsible, right?
Yeah.
I ain't gonna get into much of cussing and fussing and all the rest of that, man. But his behavior, especially as of late, when it comes to trying to stir up the pot between 42 Doug and Offset and Lil Baby, in terms of him revealing different aspects of the incident that transpired down in 2019 down in Atlanta. I don't know who benefits from, if anybody, who benefits from Whack, retelling what he knew and what he saw taking place in that studio. I need you to help me to understand who benefits from him telling that story.
I'm gonna put this out here. Like at the end of the day, like I grew up in the hood, but I never subscribed to the streets. I'm not a street person, but I grew up in the hood. And one thing that I do know, like when you are an OG, you supposed to OG. And like talking about certain things that you may have witnessed or may have seen when the parties that were actually involved don't even talk about it. What's what you gonna gain from that? What's the positive? I don't see one. It's me just being somebody that ain't even, I'm not even in that life. You know what I mean? And I never claimed to be, but I just know some things is just common sense, bro. Like what we talking about it for if they ain't talking about it?
Hey, listen, you have two young superstars who have an impact on all things hip hop in this country. 42 Doug is a star in his own right. His connections with his what he means to Detroit, all of Detroit, just the east side. His connections with Lil Baby, 4PF, and Yo Gotti's CMG. Listen, you don't have many artists who can even say they have a deal with two powerhouses, two rock stars like that. So we know that Doug has an impact. Offset is a part of the Black Beatles. They Black Beatles, man. They rest in peace. Takeoff. The Migos. They their numbers and their impact on just all things, not just music, but just urban things. It was tremendous, man. We had never seen, not since the days of Run DMC, have we seen a group with that much impact and that much drawing power, right? When you know Whack 100, when you know that you are telling a story about the incident that transpired that was negative from the start, and then you know and you understand that the aftermath of it wasn't necessarily pleasant, right?
When
you mentioned the story, you told you came down on, hey, 42 Doug it was gambling, legal dice game. At Quality Control headquarters, nonetheless. You told that story. You said that 42 Doug quit the dice game, and when you tried to walk off, you said that he changed the story 55 times. You said all shit, peeped it, seen it, oh no, he didn't type attitude, followed him outside, and then swung on him, ran his pockets. His first story was that he swung on him and ran his pockets. He's changed that, and then he Doug was by himself. He said that he had to rescue Doug by putting him in a headlock up under his right arm like a football, and he had to shield Doug off from getting assaulted or whatever, or worse, by guys who draw down on it. And man, he's saying that. Come on, brother.
My thing is like, all right. So when you telling the story and you saying you protecting him from whatever, I wasn't there. I don't know. So I'm just going to allegedly you protected him from bodily harm.
Right.
All right. This 3 years ago. So when you talk about crimes,
you
got a statute of limit. You got a statute of limitations on certain on crimes.
And none of listen, out of things. Let me just excuse you, brother. He alleged that it was an illegal dice game. 4-2 Doug was on parole.
Okay.
Right. He's on parole. Right.
Yeah.
He alleged that it happened in Atlanta. Right. We know how Fanny is down there with this rapper shit. You know.
Oh that. Yeah. Rico's going crazy around.
He's going crazy, right? You said that it was a legal dice game. You said that it was an assault and a robbery. Right, you said it was an armed robbery because you said at first that Offset people pulled pistols out on Doug, ran in his pockets. That's robbery, armed robbery with a gun. Whether you pointed at him or not, you under the threat
of
what it is, or it's armed robbery, right?
That's what it is.
So you told those stories. You told who was there. Now you are now saying that the neighborhood Crips were there, and you were actually putting them on the scene of crimes as material witnesses because you're saying that you were on tour. You said that Blueface was there. Quavo was there. Offset was there. You were in quality. You're giving date, time, place, location, and you're giving who was involved, and you're describing the crimes. None of those crimes, with the exception of the legal gambling operation inside quality control, according to him, it's a 4-year statute of limitations. But the firearm, 7 years. The robbery, 7 years. The assault by you saying he hit Doug and that's 7 years.
Right.
We ain't even talked about the aftermath because then, so you mentioned that 4-2 Doug had basically he's trying to hoe him, saying that he got a little boy, he got socked and he ain't do shit. You waited 25 seconds and Doug didn't move, so you figured Doug needed help. The first story was just Doug by himself. You ain't seen nothing about Doug had 3-4 other people with him. Now you were saying that Doug had at least 4 other people with him when it happened, and now you're saying it was a Mexican standoff. Everybody draw down. You stepped in to prevent further acts of violence.
So what do you gain from going and telling that story when you took him out the frying pan, threw him in the fire?
And we know the story. The story that he told Sale is that the story he told. If you're not from the streets and you're just a fan of hip hop, a fan of whatever, or a fan of just fucking crazy ass stories around hip hop superstars. If you're not from the street, Offset and 10 of his homeboys swung on Doug because he left a dice game and pulled pistols on him. That don't mean that Doug is a sucker or a hoe ass nigga because that happened, right?
Right.
You outnumbered. Right. So if you outnumbered, I have been outnumbered in plenty. I'm a street nigga. I raise my right hand, plays allegiance to you, right? If 10 niggas, no matter what I do, if 10 niggas with pistols, according to WAC 100, whatever I do, when I try to walk away and they pull hammers on me, if I can slip up out of that, bro,
you got to be smart.
Listen, I ain't no hoe for living to see the next day, right?
Right.
I ain't no hoe. So, like you just said, to who's been, you told the story, it made Doug, and you tried to make Doug like he had been hoed, right? So when Doug, you knowing that these are young millionaires, you know that he can respond. When he responded, then Offset responds, right? Doug gonna defend his honor and his manhood, and then when Doug starts telling his story, here comes Offset because Offset doesn't want to like that he's been squoze, little boy, and ran through as well, right? Then you throw a little baby in the mix, right? So when Offset responds, and according to what I mean, listen, WAC 100 was just disrespecting Cardi B last year, bro. He was just calling Cardi B whack bitches and bitch this and bitch that. Offset is your wife. So now we know that Offset has been texting him and communicating with him, and he been exposing on No Jumper.
Yeah, that's automatically a no-go.
Offset, you a rock star. This guy exposing you to the world for the Lord. What's the aim and objective and purpose of you telling the whole story? He said on No Jumper with Adam 22 2 days ago, I tell the truth. Somebody asked me a question about it, and I just told the truth. That a truth can never be considered a lie. Who asked you about crimes? Who asked you about assaults, illegal gambling, illegal firearm possession? Who asked you about, and now he's talking about the aftermath. It was get back and retaliation on 4-2 Doug's part. He said it was some get back.
And I see on many interviews where somebody asks a question, and if they don't want to talk about it, they say next question.
Next question. Right? And like you just
Yeah,
articulated at the top of this particular segment, Offset has never publicly came out and said what happened between him and 42 Doug. Doug has never publicly came out and articulated what happened. Little baby, right? There's a lot of speculation between what happened down there, right? Right? But WAC 100 has provided date, time, place, a detailed description of what was going on inside of the building, who left, who was there, right? He's provided material evidence by an eyewitness testimony, and he's also put the neighborhood Crips was with him. They seen it.
Yeah.
42 Doug was with 4 other people. They seen it. He's saying that quality control had cameras and it's on camera. That ain't,
they just
sell.
He messing up the bag. They didn't sold their business to some people, you know what I mean, who invested some money. They still a part of it from my understanding, but it's still like, all right, they didn't went bigger, got a bigger bag. Now you telling the story that's compromising everybody.
Compromise
for no reason.
For one, listen, when we know what's going on in Atlanta with the YSL and the YFN whole thing, right? Free slime, welcome home, Lucha be home in the second time, right?
Yep.
We know what's going on. We know how dogged she is in terms of prosecuting anything, right? So when WAC 100 said, well, there was he swung, why would Doug do all the get back and retaliation if he didn't get socked?
Yeah, that's scary.
What? So listen. So now you're acknowledging, based on what you heard, that there was a retaliation and get back. Bro, you opened up the door of purgatory. You're giving the prosecutor, you're giving law enforcement the when, the why, the what, the hows, the who was there.
And they making it explicitly clear that they cracking down on all that gang, any type of gang, anything, activity, affiliations, all that. It's clear.
When he said,
you got Thug, you got Lucci, you got Rollo.
Say
like, nobody want to be the fourth one.
I gotta scratch my head. Listen, when he say retaliation and get back, in the hood, we know what that means. Yeah. Right? You from the hood. You ain't a street cat, but you from the hood. We know what type of retaliation. What type of get back? Did they sing Kumbaya? They hold hands? They roast marshmallows? They roast weenies over open fire? What they do? You suggesting that the retaliation and revenge or the get back that Doug, you saying that Doug, it was retaliation on Doug's part towards Offset and his crew. My nigga, if that is anything other than providing information publicly that you know can lead, because the statute of limitations to all that get back you talking about, to retaliation you say happened, you don't know what bystanders and who was the, you don't. So man, he is the hip hop police. He the hip hop police, man. I mean, I'm confused, man. So listen, man. Megan Thee Stallion, Nicki, the Queen Minaj. Is Nicki Minaj still the queen of hip hop? Is she still like the top selling, number one selling female hip hop artist of all time, or no?
I mean, I would say number wise, she probably would have to be.
Probably
number
because
nobody number wise for sure.
Nobody like Lil Kim didn't. Lil Kim is a legend, but Lil Kim has not.
Yeah, she's a legend, but sales wise, I don't think she's
Nicki. Yeah. So Nicki's still the queen. Did Cardi B surpass Nicki or no?
As far as sales, I don't think so.
No,
not sales wise.
So listen. So who is a bigger artist career wise, Nicki Minaj or Cardi B? And
I would have to say, I mean, career-wise, I would have to say Nicki Minaj, just based off numbers and just the catalog itself. You know what I mean? Like, she has a couple. What I mean, people would consider classic albums. I mean, Cardi has what, one? She dropped what, one album so far?
Right. No, Cardi. Yeah, I think she has 2 albums out.
Cardi got 2.
I
So
think.
yeah, but I mean, just catalog and sales alone, I would have to say Nicki probably still sits at the top of that totem pole. But as far as like being relevant and popping right now, I would give it to Cardi for sure.
All right, so listen here. I got the stats right here. So according to YouTube, as of today, Cardi B has 1 official album. Anything else is not considered an album, right?
Yep, that's what I thought. Invasion of Privacy, I think it was
right.
called.
And so Cardi B has 1 official album that's recognized as an album. She has other bodies of work, but they're not considered. She didn't turn them in as an album to her label, right?
Right.
Cardi B, Nicki Minaj has 4, right?
Yeah.
Awards, net worth, shit. They getting money. net worth 40 million for 40 million for Cardi B, 117 million for Nicki Minaj.
Okay.
Streaming stats. Statistics. Who has more platinum records? Nicki Minaj is the best-selling female rapper in the history of hip-hop.
Yeah.
With more certified platinum and gold records than any other female in the history of hip-hop. Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, it's the issue. What's the issue between these 2 young ladies, brother? Who would you take? I know you're married, right? Right. Okay. Who would you take if you could take one of those ladies, right? Who would you take? Nicki or Cardi?
I don't know, man. It's tough. I ain't gonna lie. Neither one of them really my speed.
right.
I ain't gonna lie. Neither one of them really my speed.
Right. Because last thing we need is a tough rapping ass bitch.
Yeah, like
I don't want to be talking rap stuff too. No, relax.
I'm smooth on both of them, honestly. Ain't neither one of them my speed. But I think that I think it's really just the clash of the titans. You see that with female MCs all the time. Same thing happened with Lil Kim and Foxy Brown.
Yeah,
it's like they feel like it only could be one at the top.
But Fox Boogie was the truth. Fox Boogie is a man.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Body. Fox Boogie was Fox Boogie was Remy Ma. Fox Boogie was Remy Ma before Remy Ma was Remy Ma. Fox Boogie getting your ass.
Yeah, for sure.
She's one of the boys. She's a gangster.
For sure.
Nicki Minaj.
But I don't really see like what's the real issue. You know what I mean? Like what?
They're not even saying it doesn't have to be an issue.
It don't got to be.
Megan Thee Stallion has entered into the fray as well. So Megan Thee Stallion and Nicki have a war of words on social media. And what is that about? What the fuck?
I know that recently. Recently Megan Thee Stallion dropped like I don't know if it's a freestyle or whatever. She dropped a new record, and it seemed like in some of the lyrics, Nicki Minaj felt like she was talking about her and her husband.
Oh, really? What did she say?
I didn't fully listen to the record, but she did like throw some pedophile remarks out of there and sex offender type. You know what I mean? But these are all public knowledge things, though.
Right.
So if you know what I mean, like, I don't know, bro. Like, you in the game, you gotta have thick skin. It's competition at the end of the day.
Yeah, but they're still women though. So no matter how much money or fame they have, they're still women. They still operate off that emotional gene.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It is. Hey, listen, B Jizzle is home. Welcome home, BG. Formerly of Cash Money, formerly of Chopper City Records, man. BG is home. He's home. He's off of. He's out of the federal halfway house and he's ready to start touring. Speaking of Whack 100, let's bring him back up for a second. Whack 100, when he was trying to articulate all the things that he was saying about BG, he was talking about BG's value and his worth. And he said, Whack 100 said that he told Birdman, I call him Bird Brain.
Why you call him Bird Brain?
Because if he got to think that we're bird brains. If he don't think that we know that he set that shit in motion about trying to destroy BG's character. So that's why I call him. We're not bird brains. You're a bird brain. We thought we was going to fall for the banana in the tailpipe situation. Sure. Black 100 said that BG wasn't worth $3 million. BG has $3 million in bookings right now on the table. for when he starts to tour. He hasn't started to tour yet. He's made over $1 million in features since he's been home. He ain't been home 6 months.
I about to say he just got out.
He hadn't even started the motion yet. So just like Gucci Man came home and went right into motion, right? Like Lil Boosie came home, went right into motion. BG is a certified hood legend, just like those gentlemen.
Yeah.
Are. Right?
He gonna generate some money.
Right. Whack 100 said something about, well, BG was on drugs when he left. So was Gucci Man. So was Gucci. Gucci came home a whole slim.
He came home. They thought he was cloned. They thought Gucci was cloned.
Yeah. And they said about Jizzle right now. Right. Yeah. So I mean, what do you mean? Jizzle, the legendary aspect of who he is and what he represents for the hood, from New Orleans to from Maine to Seattle. BG, come on, man.
Detroit.
All he gotta do is don't put himself in a situation that's gonna send him back to the penitentiary like a honeycomb brazy, and he gonna check a bag. Period. Simple as that. Right. So do you feel the same way or not?
No, I feel the same way. I feel like we've seen examples of people going to jail, coming out and popping. You know what I mean? From the people you just named, Pac. You know what I mean? It's possible. And I feel like just from listening to some of the records that he didn't already put out, like with him and Gucci, like he ain't lost it.
Right.
He still sound good.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's
the
nostalgia. And right now we in a moment of like nostalgia where everybody is reaching back and want to get that feeling from back in the day, and he can provide that. Everybody reaching back. Even at the style of dress. They going back and going in a Jim Jones bag from when he was popping with the style of
jeans
dress.
Out. Skinny jeans. I'm questioning certain aspects of your character if you come skinny jean in 2024. I'm gonna need you to a little more. I don't need to see shit,
for sure.
But I'm going to need you guys to become a little bit more room in the trial, because we ain't with that shit no more. Yeah,
but I think he got it, man. You know what I'm anxious to hear though. I'm anxious to hear that project with him and Boosie.
Yeah, you got.
I'm anxious to hear that.
Yeah,
I'm anxious to hear that.
You got to be, because it's legendary. It's gonna be legendary. And also, just shout out to my man OG Freeze 019 Entertainment, which is the label. It's BG's label. It is CEO is OG Freeze out of Atlanta, who's BG's cellmate. We know who Freeze is. It just so happens that I'm the executive manager of 019 Entertainment, and we have
into a bag.
I'm gonna get that motherfucking bag. Yeah, but it is what it is, man. So shout out to BG, shout out to 019 Entertainment, OG Freeze, the whole squad, KC, Rashad. Shout out to my man Parlay, everybody who kind of like been instrumental in helping with the whole project. Helliver has dropped some major beats on us.
Legendary.
Two Sides has dropped some dog ass beats on us. Produced by P has dropped some major beats on us. We're in the process of pulling the project together, man. Shout out to Chopper Boy Records, man. Ray Slim, the whole squad, Tutu Shani, all family, man. We all getting to the bag, bro. What's next on the drawing board, Sale?
What else been going on, man? I know you said you want to talk a little bit about what's going on. What's going on with Dwayne Wade? You brought his name up. Dwayne Wade.
I heard what you said, man.
you
I am so I'm not confused, because I understand where we're living now. You have people who have been hiding in plain sight, right? You have people who have been living privately, a lifestyle that they don't display publicly. I get it. But Dwayne Wade, I didn't see this coming, brother. I didn't. I understand that you have a child who has gone through a few identity issues, and he has basically chose a side that he wants to walk on, and that's okay. We live in a world where everything got to be okay nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Whether you agree with it or not, hey, listen, man, if you say you don't agree with it, they try to label you as anti whatever, right? Or homophobe, whatever, right? So I didn't agree with the sex change for the child, because he's still a child. Child is still a child. You do that, and you do it in your own time. When you get grown, you get 18, you go have at it. But outside of that, Dwayne Wade, I am now wondering, I am now questioning how that child became to possibly could have I don't motherfucking know, bro. I don't motherfucking know. Dwayne Wade, I didn't see this coming.
Yeah, man, they got a weird dynamic going on over there, man. I feel like
Gabrielle Union left.
Yeah, so they getting a divorce, right?
Hey, listen, we don't want Gabrielle Union. You stay over there with them.
She back in the streets.
No. We don't want her. We don't want you. You advocating all this shit. You cussing niggas out. You trying to put the LGBT community on the motherfucker, man. We don't, Gabrielle. We you too. We don't want you. Stay over there with Shay Whitey. We don't want you. They can have you because any man who has children, would you bring her to and you help?
Man, I don't know, man.
I don't know. Don't get me the line, brother. I just don't.
It's wild. It's wild. I mean,
Dwight Howard.
To each his own.
Was the Dwight Howard situation a surprise to you?
No.
You wasn't surprised?
No, I wasn't surprised.
I knew he had a few functional.
Yeah, man, I wasn't surprised, bro. I wasn't surprised. Just based off like, when you in industry, you tend to watch a lot of podcasts, interviews, and things like that. So
right.
when you are who you are, when you see certain things or just like certain characteristics or movements, it's kind of like, I don't know about that. You know what I mean? So it wasn't surprising to me, honestly. It wasn't really surprising to me, man. I just was like, right now in the climate that we in, you just never know, man. You can't put nothing past nobody. TD Jakes.
Diddy. Now listen, man. New word alert.
Take that.
New word alert. Take that.
Take that. Oh, man.
Say, take that. Now we are now we picking up what you put down.
Man.
Take that.
For real. All these situations just be like, wow, bro. Like it'd be like you don't even know where to start with some of this stuff.
Well, we live in a social media age, bro. Do they think they was gonna be able to do this shit and people wasn't gonna find out about it?
There's no way.
I'm asking for a friend.
There's no way, bro. There's no way they didn't think that whatever happened, you or I weren't there. But if you cause somebody to have a traumatic experience, what makes the person think that it's never going to surface? You know what I mean? Especially when we in a world where people is like lawsuit happy, like any little thing to get some money.
They own it.
We own it. It's right. Like if it's money involved, they own it.
New scam. Lawsuits, new scam. As a pandemic, lawsuits is the new scam. I've been threatening. I'll sue you.
They really throwing it at the wall. And they not even trying to go to court. They want you. They hoping for the settlement.
Right. Absolutely. Were you surprised? Right. So with the whole Diddy situation, when Cassie first filed the suit, and Diddy came out and he said what he said, he tried to come out as tough as he possibly could.
Mm-hmm.
The next day, the lawsuit was when they announced that lawsuit got filed. The next day, right. Listen, all that shit might not be true to Cassie said because I got the actual civil litigation that was filed, right?
Right.
And the shit that she alleged that she saw, she know about, and the names that she was willing to give off a name who were all in all the little right. Diddy had to settle because he was going to take a lot of people down with him.
Yeah.
Right? I don't even know if he paid all the money out of his pocket because he could have got $5 million from this star, $2 million from that star.
Easy.
The folk come on in, or if I go, y'all all going. No, we all.
He's like, listen, I'm reading this paper, bro. Let's ante up.
Let's ante up. You know what I'm saying? They mad at him. That was your concubine.
Because honestly, man, like when you dealing with stuff like that, whether it's true or not, you gonna get tainted regardless.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's
absolutely.
like you want me to sink the ship or plug the hole.
Right. So Diddy has lost control of a lot. He still has Bad Boy. I mean, but Ciroc has parted ways. They've actually taken him off the board of directors and taking him out of the.
People ain't about to let him mess their money up.
Right. Revolt.
In the best interest of the company, I think that we should, part ways at least
publicly.
You know what I mean? You can still we gonna take your face off. You
Mm-hmm.
might still get a little bag, but bro, we don't need you to brand this no more.
Right, yeah, because you persona non grata, bro. You
bad for business.
Nah, bro. TD Jakes. Now see, new word, power bottom. So what I was hearing, because I don't be paying attention to it. So I do pay attention. Now I'm a YouTuber, right? So when the whole TD Jakes thing came out, see, I have people who are in Houston, Dallas, Austin, Texas area, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I've been hearing rumblings about TD Jakes and his
extracurricular activities.
Right. So I wasn't surprised. I've been hearing about my people from Texas have been telling me for years, man, TD, that marriage ain't real. That's just a front for the church. TD really on tip like this. So I've been hearing. So when it came out, I wasn't shocked. But when they said power bottom, they say TD, they line up behind TD like a school lunch line. You just take turns, just bang, 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 bang. Listen, bro, I think I threw up my mouth when they said that shit, right? I could have went my whole life without knowing what the fuck a power bottom was, bro.
Yeah, for real, man.
What in the name of Jesus, Muhammad, Confucius, and Buddha, what are we doing?
So what I'm trying to figure out is,
should he be
how do these two words even coincide?
Power bottom?
It's like an oxymoron, bro.
Right. So listen, should TD Jakes resign from the church and let somebody else step up and take the lead? Or nah? Because he's saying he ain't did none of that.
Straight, I mean, I don't know. Oddly enough, even if he did, it's people that's gonna still follow him.
Of course, because this world is, brother, the world is tainted. The world is influenced in the most negative ways that we gravitate towards what's negative and we shun what is even remotely positive or has a come on, we know that, bro. Yeah. If he resigns or steps away, from Potter's House is the name of his church, right?
Yeah, Potter's House, yeah.
Right. If he is that in the best interest of the fellowship, the congregation, the followers, or not? Would you, if you were a member of Potter's House and these allegations surface, would you continue to be a faithful member, and would you take your children and your wife to Potter's House to listen to his word? That's a question.
I don't know, man. I don't think so, but I will say this though. I will say that even though people are in, like, he's in a position. How can I say this? At the end of the day, they people too.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So you also gotta allow people room to make their mistakes or do whatever or be people. Because at the end of the day, you can't really. We all fall short of his graces, whoever he is or she is or whatever you believe in.
Especially me, because I ain't number those savage ass nigga.
You know what I mean? So
I got a first. Listen, if Christian theosophy is correct, if hell is, I got a first class. That's why I be thugging. I don't care. I'm not a Christian, but if Christians got that right, I'm trying to hedge my bets on some of this shit, man.
Hey, man.
I hope Christians don't get this shit right, because if they do, I'm through.
No,
I'm in. Let me get some evidence. Let me get some evidence that Christians are really right about where we got to go if our sins outweigh our. I'm thugging all the way out. Max me out with this shit.
Say going out with a bang.
I'm through. If Christians got this shit right, I was through at 21. I was done. I didn't kill. I didn't rob. I did all. I ain't touched no kids. None of that shit. No, I ain't none of that. Yeah. That I ain't that Fred G. Sanford shit, but it is what it is. What's next up, bro? Hey, next is Cat Williams, man. It was a humongous splash in Shannon Sharp's Shay podcast.
Love Shay.
Man, it's one of those kind of things where I heard about Cat Williams' name. I was seeing his name. I opened up YouTube and opened up social. But I didn't know what had happened till a couple of days later. I didn't know the interview had happened. I didn't know. When I watched it,
and he was gone. He was gone.
Did he appear to be hiding you, or did he appear to be sober and cognizant? Did he appear to be in his right state of mind, or did
he appeared to be him? To me, he appeared to be him. Whatever that is, I don't know.
I didn't
see him take a drink on camera. He did. He said he wasn't drinking. He said he don't be under no.
We know Cat Williams, bro. He wasn't drunk and he wasn't high.
Yeah, I don't. He was him. Like,
right.
That's him.
That's him.
I believe that he was speaking what he believed to be his truth.
Right. So how many people came out and said it did not, unequivocally, it did not, Cat is lying, it did not happen? How many people whose names did he mention? I know Ludacris dropped the song. His response.
Ludacris dropped the song.
Right.
I think Ice Cube came out and said that wasn't 100%.
Okay. What did he say about Q though? He just said Q he cast.
Well, I think that Q just spoke on the Friday piece, like the movie, him saying about how
he chose
the role. He did a lot of stuff for the role and this, that, and the third. I think that Q came out publicly and kind of said that, he was kind of pushing the line a little bit. It wasn't 100% accurate.
Right.
And obviously the people who I just seen, he talked a little bit about the comedian Earthquake. He was just on the Breakfast Club, and he like, bro, I thought we was good. Like, I don't know
where it came from.
What are you talking about?
How about the whole black men in Hollywood and becoming actors, especially comedians, taking on roles where they're wearing dresses?
Yeah. Me personally, I wouldn't do it. But I just feel like, I don't know, bro. It's an agenda, bro. It's an agenda, and if you know it's an agenda there, why keep feeding it?
So when you say agenda, do you mean that the Hollywood machine has a typecast, or they have a way that they want to portray black men to the world? And
I feel like that.
You feel like that's true? Right. So the whole when Cat broke down the whole black men in dresses to get movie roles, it made perfect sense, because when you think about it, all of the comedians put dresses on. Richard Pryor, who is like one of my favorite comedians of all time, actually donned the dress in movies, right? But then in the defense, Marlon Wayans, he came on. He was being interviewed, and they asked him about it. They said, "Hey, listen, man, some of the largest, some of the most powerful, some of the most impactful actors in the history of Hollywood have put on dresses." Dustin Hoffman, for example, he named a couple of A-list celebrities who wore dresses in roles. So he asked why.
One of the movies that was kind of like on constant play when I was a kid, Mrs. Doubtfire. But it still don't seem as Robin Williams.
Robin Williams, right? Exactly.
Yeah. Rest in peace to him.
But he did hit a point though, because he did say, "Hey, I do believe that Hollywood there's a cackle and a cabal in there. There's some Illuminati sexual ass, devilish, demon ass shit going on." Because the Jada Pinkett that we sent, the Tupac version of Jada Pinkett that we sent to Hollywood, bro, we didn't send what we have now to Hollywood. Before she got Will Smith, she went about that on that weirdo ass Chanel.
That photo that went viral, her looking like a dude. I said, man, she tripping.
Do you think that she's at fault? Will's at fault? Do you think it's just a combination, or just the reality of them living in Hollywood and Hollywood being so top heavy with all kinds of sexual motherfucking misgivings in that motherfucker? Money, power breeds.
Yeah, I think all that make you a little bit crazier than what we all already may be. Like you like I you never know the stressors that they probably deal with until you get to that level of
Right.
of money,
Right.
responsibility. All of those things can combine probably can really just drive you crazy if you're not strong.
Hey, listen, Hollywood is for show control. I know people who are screenwriters who went to Hollywood looking for a big break. I know actors, actresses, screenwriters, producers, cameramen, camera women. They've all gone to Hollywood and they've all said the same thing when they've come back. The people who did not come back to Detroit, disgruntled,
Mm-hmm.
looked up on social media, they got a dress on. No, Hollywood will take you if you get involved with that shit. Ain't no telling. Ain't no
You
telling.
never know.
I ain't no telling what goddamn went on, man. You tuned in. This is What's the News. Hot 107.5. Uknowcell Dawgface Calderon, Dawgface TV. Uncle Luke chimed in. I think it was yesterday on Instagram. He went live on Instagram, and Luke said, speaking on the whole Cat Williams situation, he said that I watched what Cat Williams said, and really there are gatekeepers as well in the music industry. And Luke said that he could, make the internet. He can bust her. He can break the internet if he exposed what he knew about the powers that be in the music scene in terms of all of that same shit that Cat was talking about in the world of movies and comedy and stuff like that. What do you think about what Luke said? You think Luke really got the goods on these people or not?
Man, he done been around for the longest, bro. If anybody got it, Luke got it.
Yeah.
He done went toe to toe and fighting for the explicit label advisory.
Yeah.
All that, bro. Like, so if anybody know, Luke Skywalker know.
Yeah, I mean, hey Luke, before you break that story, Luke, come on. What's in the news? You want to interview you, Luke? We're gonna try to make that happen, man. So Detroit is on fire. Detroit what an amazing time to be from Detroit. The whole 4-2 Doug was a beautiful situation.
Yes.
It gave a spark to Doughboy Cash Out. Clay.
Yeah.
The way they responded to Clay during that battle. And we didn't have a chance to get completed because it was like some few.
Yeah, it only ended up being like 3-4 songs a piece.
Yeah, but the response to Clay, I spoke to him last night, and you could see how happy you could see. Cause Clay is a nigga, but Clay a street nigga. So
yeah, but
Clay's not no happy-go-lucky ass nigga. He
happy go lucky right now though, man.
Right, the look on his face, man. You could the smile. And you could just see like peace and happiness on his face, man. You could see it, man.
Because he got the love. He got the love, man. And what people, one thing people don't really be realizing, though, Detroit's most legendary songs, they really legendary for the hooks.
Mm-hmm.
They really legendary for the hooks. And a lot of them have the hooks where people are singing.
Yeah.
So that's what the people be knowing.
That's true from KDZ. KDZ has some legendary shit.
Yeah.
And the hook is still like a chorusy type, sing along type hook.
Yeah. Everything.
Yeah.
Team Eastside songs. You don't work, you don't eat.
Right. Stretch money. It takes money to make money.
Yeah, like it's legendary.
Yeah, legendary shit. Doughboy Cash Out gets several motherfucking
Clay when they did Ghetto Gold.
It's rap. And I'm an East Side nigga, but when Clay opened up his mouth, take it home, brother.
It's over.
It's over with. It's over with. You tuned into the best. So what's the news? Sell Hot 107.5 representative, man. Hot 107.5. It has there. You have a lot of positive things going on over there at that station, man.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to the program director, man. She is a legendary, strong-willed lion for the community. Shout out to Carol Johnson James, man. A lot of good things going on over there, man. Shout out to Uknowcell. I've been Dior, the whole squad.
DJ Gifted.
What has been your experience? You've been in radio for over a decade now. You started in radio at how old?
I want to say I think I was like 20.
20.
Yeah, about 20.
Right.
But even before then, I was around radio.
Right.
So like I've been around radio probably early teens. So cause I've been knowing Spud for years. I've been
Mm.
knowing Spud since I was a kid.
Yeah.
So I used
Well,
to be down here with him when he was the program director.
I think. Well, I think so. Spud. I think I met Spud. Spud was in front of. I think the first time I met you and Aikisha,
Mm-hmm.
you guys were downtown doing a ticket giveaway in front of the box office for
Shane Park.
Aretha Franklin now.
Aretha Franklin now, yeah.
Right. And that's the first time I think I ever came in contact with either you or I met you and Aikisha at the same time, right?
Yeah.
That's over a decade ago, bro. How's it feel now to be like to go from wishing that? Because I can remember the days when selling Aikisha was on at 2:35 a.m.
Man, what?
I remember
being shorty.
I'm down street waiting to hear some shit. Man, I'm tired. So how does it feel to go from that to now being on in prime time?
Man, it feel good, bro. It feel good because the radio industry is a small one, bro. Like especially when you talk about on-air personalities and stuff like that. Some on-air personalities are still on air. The ones that I listened to when I was in the backseat of the car couldn't even drive.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them still on right now. So to be able to transition from where I was just like a spectator to hopping in the game and doing promotions and sales and all that to be in a prime time spot, it feel good. And even at a point, got let go from radio.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I was outside. I got fired from radio in 2015.
Mm-hmm. I remember that too. You turned that motherfucker. I remember that. I remember that. I said, "But say what the fuck you guys doing down there? You turned that motherfucker to the white party,
bro." But listen, so let's pull the curtain back, bro. Let's pull the curtain back and let the people know.
Yeah. So what happened with that, Sid? Because have you ever talked about that publicly?
No, I never talked about it. So listen, in radio, bro, especially back then, the radio station was our house. Literally. We was trying to make our way. We was spending the night here. So anything that you could imagine, like just think of a radio station being like a frat house.
Right.
So anything you can imagine that's going on in a frat house was probably going on at the radio station, bro. Because we was young. We was in a position of just like, oh, you on the radio. It was
power.
You know what I mean? It's a power position. Not that we was abusing it or nothing like that, but it come with its perks.
Right.
So, bro, we would have
a few of these.
Yeah, we would have little shindig parties.
Right.
You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Girls would be down here, all type of stuff. You know what I mean? So, this particular day, it was my birthday though, man. I think it just got a little bit out of control as far as like what they really cared to have going on. You know what I mean? And some things transpired with an artist at the time who was popping, and I ain't gonna say the name, but they was popping at the time, and some things transpired, and you know what I mean? I think the girl had a dude or whatever, and they probably I don't know exactly what happened, but I know somebody called up here and made a complaint pretty much. And the complaint got to, the people in position, and they had to do what they had to do.
So I was hurt too, because like
but I will say this, bro. I will say this too. Like, this is it was a learning lesson for me, because it's like when you get blessed, sometimes you're not supposed to share your blessing with people. Everybody. You know what I mean? So you can't do that. So now that I'm back in a position, I know that. I learned that. You know what I mean? So now my circle is a little bit tighter. It's a little bit closer. I also learned that, like, you gotta
the circle 8-9 years ago, that shit was open.
Man,
right?
What?
The circle now is like
and it goes to just like remaining solid, bro. Cause I had a decision in that office that I had to make. Do I sink the ship, or do I take responsibility for my action?
Right.
I ain't say nothing, bro. I ain't taking nobody else down with me.
Right.
I took responsibility for my actions, and I feel like that's why I get the reception that I get now, bro. Like, people know that I'm solid. it's gonna be what it's gonna be, but I know I'm gonna make my way regardless.
Right, no doubt.
So
No doubt.
then I'm right back.
Right back
Better,
at it.
stronger.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're back at it. Hey, listen, is this the first time? This is the first podcast being broadcast from on your side of the fence from Hot 107.5? Is this is the very first?
Yeah.
Big Red done it?
I would have to say so. I would have to say this is the first one.
Uh-huh.
I would have to say so.
Uh-huh.
I don't think nobody else did nothing. You know? So this the first one, man. We going up.
Right.
We going up. And it's the first one, but ain't gonna be the last one though. We got some more to even do.
It's on and popping, man. We finna take over. We finna take. Listen. The world of YouTube is an expansive world. There's enough room. We don't have to fight and argue. It's not like hip hop where we got to fight and argue about who's what and what's going on. It's on and popping. Now we finna open this joint up, man. We finna put on for the city of Detroit, right? We finna put on for the city of Detroit and properly represent how things are supposed to happen. I don't know of any other situation where you have a podcast, at least half of it being broadcast from any radio station.
Yeah.
Not in Detroit. I don't know if they, I don't know.
Yeah, no, not in Detroit.
No, not in Detroit. We trendsetters right now. You hear me?
Come on now.
Yeah, what else we got? What else we talked about? We got a couple of minutes left.
We got a couple minutes left. What's popping, man? What we've been talking a lot about Detroit. What's popping, man, with the you and the Royce thing, bro? Like people, like me knowing you, I think a lot of people get like you kind of misunderstood to a certain extent. But when you talk about the Royce thing, is it personal to you? Is it just like how did it even come about?
Well, so let me say this, right? I feel like people who have been put in positions based on just level of success of the celebrity, based on just having experience, I believe that it is incumbent upon those people, especially when you consider what Detroit is, the racial makeup of the city, how hard it is to survive here in Detroit, how easy it is for a person to turn right when they should be going left or vice versa. I believe that I think heavy is the crown, bro. I believe that if you are wearing, or if you're trying to sell yourself or as a power broker or as a success story, I believe that it is incumbent upon you to aid and assist the people who come after you. I believe that it is your responsibility. I don't believe in all that bullshit about it ain't there. Listen, as long as we got niggas in the hood smoking dope, selling dope, as long as you got motherfuckers getting killed, as long as you got little boys and little girls dying in the street, you can never do too much as it specifically relates to trying to help them move, because today's armed robber could be tomorrow's rapper. Today's young murderer can be tomorrow's, I can smell some success. I have a vision. I have a dream. I have something to aspire to. So I believe that you're supposed to catch them when you're supposed to catch the black man and black woman as you can. Whenever you can aid and assist, you have, especially if you have a power or influence and you have knowledge. I believe that you are supposed to aid and assist. Simple as that. So to answer your question, it's not personal between me and Royce 5'9", bro. Right? I think that he's trying to make it seem like that I have a personal grudge with him, but that's not true. I'm simply challenging I'm saying what everybody else feels, bro. I'm saying what everybody else feels. I wouldn't have a leg to stand on if people didn't share my frustration and my sense of hopelessness as it specifically relates to Royce and Eminem. More Eminem than Royce, right? Because Royce has touched shit, right?
Yeah, because I was gonna say, do you just feel like with Royce is more cons than pros? Because I do see artists say that Royce has helped them out. Like an Ice Wear Vezo or like a Lando or Ashley Sorrells, Travis Chandler. people who may not have had like a lot of commercial success, but maybe he's helped them in a way in their life, or even like a Courtney Bell. You know what I mean? Like I've heard these stories from those artists. So do you just feel like he's done more bad than good thus far?
Man, I won't say that he's done more bad than good. I believe that he could do more in the
You just
way.
feel like he could do more in his
I
entirety.
mean, listen. I'm not even gonna just like you could do more besides sitting on your motherfucking lofty throne. You can do more, right? When you talk about like when I made mention of I shouted Vez out and I shouted Vez out and I shouted out he went on Math Hoffa, right? I shouted him out like that, right? And then Royce commented on my post. I didn't say anything negative about Royce. I said, good shit, Vez, blah, blah, blah. Royce commented and said, hey, I made that happen. My first response, I'm a psychological ass nigga, bro, right? My first reaction is, I didn't say anything bad about him. I just said, good job, Vez. Vez finally put it on the floor. Why? Because Mav Hoffa asked him, why do you think Eminem is so not connected with what's going on with the street element of hip hop in Detroit that is tearing the world up? Why you think that he's disconnected? And Vez said that probably because of members of his entourage, right? I took that clip and put it out, right?
Yeah.
And Royce chimed in. You know, I did that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, okay, I didn't even.
Did Vez give him that credit?
Yeah, he said that he put him in the Mav Hoffa platform.
Okay.
I mean, he didn't have to do it, but he did it. I've put 8 people on platforms. I've taken multiple artists. I've taken multiple artists and put them on platforms in the same way that he maybe orchestrated the platform with Vez. So I put multiple people on platforms. I've sent multiple people on interviews. Big artists, small artists, big producers, small producers. I put multiple people in platforms. I've given multiple opportunities to people, so because I feel like it was my responsibility and duty and obligation to do so. So I'm not going to say that Royce is all bad because he's obviously not all bad. No person is all one thing, whether you like him or don't like him. I consider myself a truth teller, and I consider myself a person who even if it doesn't subscribe to my train of thought, even if it does not subscribe to something I had previously said, if I'm wrong about somebody or something, I will stand corrected. I will acknowledge. I'm not the kind of guy who just can be wrong, and just be like, I'm just gonna stand on that wrong shit. No, I ain't with that kind of shit, man. It's not personal. For those who have tuned in, Sale stepped out here from radio business to 10-2 for a second. My name is Dawgface Calderon. Hot 107.5's. Sale is my other half of the What's in the News segment. The topic now, we've a variety of different topics that all touch the urban hip hop music scene, and we all have things that people wish that there are things that do you know how many people who have told me, hey, Dawgface, you could be a lot more powerful, you could have a greater reach or a greater impact if you would just tone down some of your rhetoric, if you would just play nice with the powers that be. I am where I am now by playing according to my own drum, playing according to my own tune. Nobody has given me anything. I've worked my ass off to get to the point where I have millions of people tuning in and watching me on a monthly basis. And so I don't have to bow down to anybody, bro. I feel good about it. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to bow down. I don't have to be subjected to motherfuckers telling me what they aren't going to do for me, right? I don't got to do none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's a beautiful situation. Love is love. One is one. This has been the What's in the News segment of. You back? Oh, you back. That's my brother. He back. Here we go. Let's go. He back.
Yeah, I'm back.
All right, back. So I had to take over. I ended up, like I said, by you going, I don't think that Royce is all bad. I do know of situations. Courtney Bell is a big dog. I do see that he has mentored Courtney Bell, and he has been instrumental in helping Courtney Bell land different situations that are going to be beneficial to him and his entire family. Yeah, so yeah. But my whole thing is, though, do more. Yeah. Do more, be more. And it's not even about what Royce has done or hasn't done specifically. I am talking about how he has put himself in the position to be the liaison or the ambassador for all things Eminem. Kind of like taking on the position of that Proof used to occupy.
Yeah.
So it wasn't even. But if you're going to speak up about, like, for example, you're on radio. You're on radio for a decade. The rappers from the city of Detroit right now who have made it. The Babyface Rays, the Bears, the Solid Babies, the Baby Moneys, the Trons, the Baby Smooths, the fucking Cash Kids, the 42 Dougs, the T Grizzlies, all that, right?
Yeah.
Listen, my thing is, if we're gonna be OGs, let's OG some shit. I don't think Royce. My bone with Royce in Pacific was the fact that he went on a Breakfast Club, but he basically tried to air T Grizzly out, and then instead of just accepting I was wrong for that, he tried to make us believe that we didn't hear what the fuck we heard and see when we saw what the fuck we saw. We saw right. You told when Charlamagne the God asked you, it's a line on your song Rhinestone Do Rags where you said you hate to see what T Grizzly going through the things he was going through, right? You went into a whole soliloquy and a story about how he dissed Marshall Mathers in the song No Talking, when he said, I had to quit fucking with Dog because he's filming them. I run Detroit, niggas talking about Eminem. The first part of that bar wasn't Eminem. It was aimed. I Run Detroit. At that point in time, T Grizzly was on his second album. No Talking on his second album. His first album had went gold or platinum. He had a couple of platinum singles with no effort in the first day out. So I feel like that he was just taking a shot at the crown, the same way 50 Cent did.
I mean, but I feel like he was speaking facts at that moment, though.
Yeah.
When you talk about the Detroit that had me on radio at 2:00 in the morning, he was running that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I never took that as a diss. That's for sure. I wouldn't have thought it was no diss.
When he articulated that on the Breakfast Club, and he said that Eminem took it as a diss, so he wasn't just talking to his fans, even though he's connected to Eminem. He was talking to everybody. The Breakfast Club is the largest, most syndicated urban radio talk show, and it's not just a radio show. It is a YouTube-based platform where millions of people watch every episode, no matter who's on that motherfucker, right? So you were basically signaling to Eminem's fans at T Grizzly that Eminem felt like that was a diss, and that is the reason why that he subsequently decided not to work hand in hand with T Grizzly. I don't think that was fair. I think it was wrong. And as a elder statesman, as a OG, I felt like that if y'all felt like that, y'all should have got in contact with JB, got in contact with DJ BJ or DJ Twist, right? And say, hey man, let me reach out to old boy. What we got going on, youngster? Because it's the context in which he said it. I don't think it was negative, bro. And I don't think Roy should have did it like that. So that's what it is. That's what my gripe was. You know what I'm saying? I believe that motherfuckers can do more. I believe that everybody, if you're successful, you have an obligation to try to help people. And so whenever that conversation comes up, it talks about, well, he did help people in his generation. He did help but shit, it's like saying Rick Ross helped, what's the light-skinned guy who's always getting in trouble? Who's down?
Gunplay?
Gunplay, yeah, he helped Gunplay how many times? Gunplay was the biggest knuckleheads in the history of, he had Major Motion. He helped them, and so because I helped Gunplay, I'm not going to help Meek Mills.
Right.
Jay-Z helped Rockefeller. Jay-Z is also in part responsible for the rise and success of J. Cole.
Yeah, for sure.
Not the same generation, not the same era, but he still had his hand in it. He was still instrumental in helping artists, move forward, right? And so, do you owe us anything? Unequivocally, no. Has anybody ever asked Eminem for a feature? I don't think Vez has. I don't think Sada has. I don't think Ray has. They've gotten to where they are right now in terms of their celebrity and their success and the money they're making based on their own efforts and based on the wave that is Detroit here and now. So when people say, well, you want Eminem to do something for you, but y'all didn't support him, y'all dogged him, y'all ridiculed him. Who was y'all? These niggas, these young niggas right now, they 25, 26, they weren't even born when Eminem went through all that shit back in the hip hop shop days and battle rap when they was
right.
They're not responsible for that. No, and if they Gucci easy.
Nor did let's just keep it all the way 100. Nor did Eminem lay a brick or build the foundation of what people know Detroit most Detroit artists or Detroit rap sound to be right now though.
Right.
So it's kind of like when you talk to like these young cats coming up or just Detroit artists in general. I mean, of course we listen to what was on the radio and Eminem was on the radio, but a lot of people may not have listened or been like a super fan of Eminem's music. That's very possible. And it's okay to not have been. So why would that be dogging somebody? You know what I mean? If they just told their honest truth.
Hey, listen, I want you're on radio. You have access to all kinds of shit, bro. Show me one time where one of the lit MCs of the last 5 or 6 years, from T Grizzly up to now, right? Mm-hmm. Have went on a radio platform and just mentioned Eminem without
being asked.
So when you are being asked about what his influence or impact on you and your style and your everything is, and you say, there is none.
Right.
People, Eminem's buddies are taking that as if that's an insult. I grew up listening to Gucci Mane, nigga. I grew up listening to Jeezy. I'm 27. I'm 28.
Right.
I grew up wanting to be like Big Meech.
Yeah.
I grew up listening to Boosie. If you're a Boosie fan, a Jeezy fan, a Boosie, Jeezy, Gucci fan of hip hop, that genre, that trap, that hood, that you're not necessarily an Eminem fan. That don't mean you can't be multi. I listen to all kinds of hip hop, bro.
Yeah, me too.
Right, but if you really vibing on the Jeezy, Gucci, Boosie shit, you really
they make enough music for that's what you own.
That's what you own. You own it. So that's not to say because I don't listen to you don't mean I'm dissing you, bro. We recognize that you're legendary, and that's the biggest misconception. I think there is an absolute disconnect about what people are thinking and what he thinks people are thinking. First of all, nobody from this generation, this current crop right now, they're not responsible for dissing you, trying to jump on you, trying to shoot you down. They wasn't even born, bro. So I don't think it's fair for you to allow what happened 25, 30 years ago to have an impact and influence, no matter how critical it was, no matter how hurtful it was, no matter how,
right.
I don't think it's fair for you to be using that justification for the here and now. That's just it.
So let me ask you this. Like style-wise or just like musically, who could you hear Eminem like on a track with that you feel like would make sense? Because we got the Detroit, what was the Detroit versus Everybody song?
Yeah,
but I felt like that wasn't really like a
that shit wouldn't.
You know what I mean?
That shit wasn't put together right. It was just
like a whole bunch of verses of just people.
Like,
you know what I mean? Just artists from the city.
Yeah, type shit.
But if you had to be like, who
lyrically, bro?
Yeah,
lyrically, on every song that Eminem has done with one of his contemporaries, a person who was like lit when he was lit, from Jay-Z to 50 Cent, he's murdered them.
Yeah.
If you ask me who can go blow for blow, stand blow for blow with him on a song,
yeah.
In Detroit right now, lyrically, Eminem, I would put Courtney Bell, Hydro. I would Courtney Bell, Hydro, Cash Paid, lyrical giants that they jumping in and out. Courtney Bell, Hydro, Cash Paid, and the Christian drill rapper guy. I know the Christian drill rapper guy, Velvet's the Christian guy, what's his name?
DKI.
That nigga is a fire breathing dragon. You know what I'm saying? So the Christian, the DKIY guy, he was fire breathing dragon. Courtney Bell dragon. Cash Paid Hydro. Lyrically, and don't get no better. Now we got some young dogs like Rich Prez and a couple of other fire breathing dragons. But as far as that style of going nuts and blanking out and waking up in the song,
and I just mean like just like what you think would mesh too, though, like
meshing. Courtney Bell. Young dogs, young fire breathing dragons, Courtney Bell. But is it the street element? See,
like give me some street, like me personally, I think the quirkiness and the wittiness of the rhymes is one thing that
Rio.
I
think Rio will blank out on that motherfucker.
Rio.
I think he'll blank out on that bitch.
Honestly, I feel like Cash Kid.
Yeah, Cash Kid. Yes. Sorry. Pardon my motherfucking body.
Yeah.
Cash Kid. See, we say quirkiness and words.
Yeah, just like I mean, just like when you listen to a song, knowing Eminem's style of rap, the content in which he chooses to rap about, like who do you think would be on there? Like who do you think would mesh well? Yeah, like a street rapper.
You said Rio, Cash Kid. Cash Kid can go. I know I'm gonna get some backlash for this shit. Cash Kid is a witty, funny motherfucker. He might be an asshole to some, but that motherfucker is.
He's one of my favorite rappers.
Right,
I ain't gonna lie.
He's a ghost.
One of my favorite rappers.
He's a stupid, dumb, retard, rapping ass nigga. He can do it. Cash Kid, he will see Cash Kid, when you put him in the challenge, it's on the flow.
Yeah.
Kid can do it. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Cash Kid can do it. So listen, man, this is episode number 1 of the What's in the News segment featuring Hot 107.5, Uknowcell, and myself, Dawgface Calderon, man. We finna sign out, shit. Episode number 1.
Yes, sir.
This motherfucker gonna be up later on tonight. Tune in.
Let's get it.
It's gonna be on both of our platforms, man. Shout out. And also shout out to Hot 107.5 YouTube channel. Y'all go subscribe to Hot 107.5. What's the official name of it?
WGPR Hot 107.5.
Yeah, WGPR Hot 107.5. What's your channel, Sale?
The homie Uknowcell.
Right. And mine is Dawgface TV on YouTube. You gonna see my beautiful face on that motherfucker, man. Sale's been a pleasure, man. We back at this motherfucker, man. We coming. Listen, we're gonna try to do this shit at least once a week. I'll be busy. They'll be busy. Right now, no matter where I'm at on this planet, we're going to make sure that we do this and give you people this multiple times if we possibly can. Shout out to Uknowcell, the radio giant. You're legendary now. You're legendary. You got 10 years.
Appreciate it.
Yeah,
legendary.
The family, man. Detroit. We love y'all. What you want to say to Detroit before we go, Sale?
Hey, listen, man. I just want to say I appreciate y'all rocking with me, bro. Like at the end of the day, I know you. I'm not gonna get all the credit, but I'm here to put in the work, bro. You know what I mean? I'm here to put in the work, and I'm seeing the fruits of it. So I appreciate y'all just rocking with me. You know what I mean? Showing me love and showing me support. Just keep doing that, and I'm gonna keep doing that for y'all.
Yeah, you know what it is. My name is Dawgface Calderon. I'm the bad guy around here. Point the finger. My shoulder's broad, man. I can take it. Y'all know what it is.
Man, y'all, man, he ain't bad like that though. He ain't that bad.
Let them believe that I'm a no good nigga who wasn't raised right. Man, don't try to convince these niggas I'm not.
Well, I mean, if you get on that side, I feel bad for you though. I ain't gonna lie. I feel we didn't see some footage.
But they say I ain't never. Go on, hit on Sale. You tuned into the best What's the News, man. Uknowcell, Hot 107.5, Dawgface TV on YouTube. Let's go, Sale. Salute.